Right now, there is a caveman living inside your head, and he is furious that you haven't eaten the entire bag yet. You know it's bad for you. You know you'll feel like garbage in 20 minutes, and you're going to eat all of it anyway, because that caveman has been driving your brain for 2 million years, and he did not survive an ice age just to watch you order a salad. His name is Grog. He is starving. He is always starving. And every terrible food decision he ever made is the reason you're alive, and also the reason you cannot walk past a vending machine like a stable adult. This is the story of why your own brain wants you fat, and why honestly it's not your fault. Here's what nobody tells you. For almost your entire time on this planet, the villain was never sugar. It was starvation. 2 million years of ancestors waking up with a single job. Find enough calories to survive until dark. Most days they came up short. Some days they came up dead. Food was not a lifestyle. It was a permanent emergency with no snacks in between. So evolution did what it always does when something keeps killing you. It cheated. It built a tiny reward machine inside Grog's skull and wired it to one rule. Whenever you find something that could keep you alive, feel amazing. Chase more of it, and never forget where you found it. That machine is still in there. It has no idea the emergency is over. Now Grog's brain didn't get excited about just anything. It had favorites. 3 of them, and each one was a jackpot. Sugar meant ripe fruit. Fast, easy energy, available for about 4 days a year before the birds ate it all. Finding it was like finding money on the ground, so your brain handed Grog a hit of pure joy and a simple instruction. Eat every last one right now before someone else does. Fat was even better. Fat is survival in its most concentrated form. More than twice the energy of anything else. The difference between living through winter and becoming a sad story other cavemen tell? So when Grog cracked open a bone and found grease inside, his brain lit up like a slot machine. And salt. Salt was so rare and so necessary that animals will walk for days to find it. Grog's tongue was built to hunt it down like treasure. Sugar, fat, salt. 3 things that once meant you might live. Remember those 3. Somebody is going to weaponize them later. But finding the food was only half the problem. The other half was even dumber. Grog had no fridge, no pantry, no little app that delivers antelope. If he found a tree full of fruit or a fresh kill, that was it. That was the whole opportunity, and tomorrow it would be rotten, or stolen, or eaten by something with better teeth. So evolution gave him a second instruction, even more unhinged than the first. When you find good food, do not be reasonable. Do not save some for later. Eat until it hurts. Eat past full. Turn those calories into a spare tire on your body, a private emergency fund made entirely of fat, because later was not promised to anyone. Grog wasn't greedy. Grog was correct. The guy who stopped at one polite handful during a feast is not your ancestor. He's a fossil. You come from the one who ate the whole thing and unbuttoned his loincloth. And it gets worse because your brain doesn't actually reward you for eating. It rewards you for wanting. There's a chemical, dopamine. And everyone thinks it's the pleasure one. It isn't. It's the chase. It spikes hardest right before the bite, screaming more, get more, then goes strangely quiet the moment you're actually chewing, which is why the first chip is a religious experience and chip number 40 is just a thing your hand is doing. You were never eating for the taste. You were eating for the hunt, and the bag never fights back, so the hunt never ends. Your body has one last trick, and it's the pettiest one of all. It's the reason you can be completely stuffed after dinner, physically unable to look at another bite, and then someone says the word dessert, and suddenly, miraculously, there is room. That's not weakness. That's real. Your brain gets bored of a flavor once it's had enough, so it can quietly steer you toward a different food, with different nutrients. For Grog, this was genius. It stopped him eating only berries and dying of missing everything else. Today, that same ancient trick means you will absolutely find room for cake after a meal that already defeated you. Your caveman brain thinks the cake is a brave new food group he needs for survival. It is not. It is cake. Watch it happen. 2 cavemen. Same winter coming. On the left, thrunk. Sensible. Disciplined. Finds a beehive dripping with honey. Has a tasteful little portion. Decides sugar is a bit much actually. And walks away feeling great about himself. On the right, Grog finds the same hive, screams with joy, and eats all of it. Honey in his beard, no regrets, packing on every gram of fat his body can hold. Winter arrives. It's long. It's brutal. Nothing grows for 4 months. Thrunk, lean, and principled, runs out of fuel in week 3 and becomes part of the scenery. Grog insulated by his glorious honey belly, sighs, taps his fat reserves, and survives to complain about it. You are descended from Grog. You have never met Thrunk because Thrunk had excellent self-control and no grandchildren. For 2 million years, this system was flawless. Then in about 100 years, the entire world flipped, and nobody told your brain. Suddenly, the calories are everywhere, all the time. Sugar isn't 4 days a year, it's 4 steps away, 24 hours a day, cheaper than water. And here's the part that is genuinely unfair. Somewhere out there, very smart people figured out exactly which buttons Grog's brain is desperate to press, so they built food that presses all of them at once. Sugar, fat, and salt. Remember them? In nature, they almost never showed up together. You had to work for each one, separately. Now they're stacked into a single glowing chip, engineered in a lab, taste-tested by scientists, tuned so precisely that Grog's ancient reward machine goes off like a fire alarm, and never once gets the okay, your full signal. You're not fighting a snack. You're fighting 2 million years of survival instinct, and the snack has a research budget. And if you ever try to fight back, to eat less, your body panics. It doesn't know about diets. It only knows one word for eating less, and that word is famine. So it slows you down, drops your energy, and turns the volume on every craving up to deafening, convinced you are dying and trying to save your life by making you think about pizza every 11 seconds. Your own survival system sabotaging you out of love. So the next time you demolish a bag of chips you didn't even want, feeling like a weak and broken person, give yourself a little credit. You're not broken. You're a masterpiece. You are the final result of 10,000 generations of hungry, terrified, unkillable ancestors who ate everything that wasn't nailed down and lived, specifically so that you could exist to eat a family-sized bag on the couch at midnight. The craving isn't a flaw. It's a survival superpower, born in a world of famine and dropped into a world of drive-thrus. You're Grog. You just have a debit card and a phone that summons antelope in 20 minutes. So be a little kind to the caveman in your head. He isn't trying to ruin you. He's just very, very confused that the emergency finally ended. And honestly, so are you. Now go eat a vegetable. For Thrunk.